This is just one of the wonderful places that you find in Japan all the time, is playgrounds. And even though it's a little bit dilapidated right now and there's construction going on, this is so much nicer than most of the playgrounds I'll see in the United States. Not only that, but we can't show them on camera, but there are children actually playing in the playground. You just don't see that happen in the States. They're always empty. But there's so many cool things. You see they're building new stuff because they actually care about the environment and like creating infrastructure that will bring joy to people. A really nice thing to see. Yesterday, I tried to come to this cafe with a friend of mine and I didn't know which way it was. So we got to this point in the park and we turned left and we walked all the way around the park until we got to the cafe, and I said, you know what's gonna happen is I bet I went the wrong way, and by the time we get there, it's going to be closed. And sure enough, we got there 7 minutes after it had closed, too late. So I'm coming today, I know which way to go, and what do you know? Right over there is the cafe that I wanted to go to. But yeah, this is Ohori Park. Japanese, you say Ohori Ko-in. It is a very large park. It is a absolutely lovely, beautiful place here in Fukuoka. One of the coolest things about it is it's a whole loop around this giant lake. And then there's a central island, but they have bridges that connect you across both sides of the loop. We're here in the park shop in Ohori Ko-in. It's connected to a larger place, but this is the small little cafe. They have some bread, they have some drinks and some ice cream, so we're gonna get a little treat. This is a regular kind of thing you'll see in Japanese cafes and bakeries, is tongs, tray, and individual bread. So I got some plain bread, a cinnamon roll, and we're gonna get something tasty to drink. All right, so we have some absolutely delicious food, and I'm gonna talk fast so camera guy can get his ice cream before it melts into the tray. We have these, you get these all the time. They're to wipe your hands before the meal. A lot of foreigners you'll see wipe their hands after the meal, but you're supposed to use them before because your hands are dirty from being outside. Yeah, this looks absolutely beautiful. It took about 30 seconds for them to get it to us. They're not very busy right now, but still really fast service. And the park is incredibly quiet right now. It is really peaceful, and I am excited to taste and try all sorts of tasty things. They told me to stir it. I got a ginger pink lemonade. Wow, it's definitely lemonade and it's definitely ginger. It's not sparkling or anything. There's no syrupy chunks. It's very well blended, even just from the very subtle stirring I did. You know those lemonades where it hits you with either way too much sweet or way too much sour, it's just overpowering? This is the kind of lemonade I like, where it's very subtle, there's obviously a flavor, it's not watered down, but also it's strong enough that as the ice melts, I know it's gonna still taste really good. Oh, yep, the ice cream is starting to melt. Camera guy, do you wanna help? You're recording, yes? Yeah. Okay. So I've been informed by camera guy that some of the footage is not there. And he said to me, oh wait, do it again. Do it again. The food is gone. Okay, yeah, this is the white bread. See the squish. I see people squish bread on shows all the time. I don't know why they show how squishy it is. It's like, it's bread. If it's not squishy, it's a cracker. But yeah. This tastes like shokupan. It's a slightly different flavor, and I think it's because based on the shape you bake bread in, it changes the way like the structure is. It just tastes like a variant of shokupan. And shokupan is Japanese white bread. Every bakery I think has a shokupan that they do. And from my experience, they pretty much all taste about the same. There's very slight differences. They all taste good. Talk about the cinnamon roll? Yeah. You mean this cinnamon roll? Look at that. Look how delicious and gorgeous it is. Yeah. So I feel a little redundant because I already talked about how great that cinnamon roll is. I'm a little sad it's gone. It was the only one they had and they're closing, so they're not making any more. It's like the butteriness and the sweetness. That's a good cinnamon roll right there. Next time I'm here, I'm gonna try and get a cinnamon roll because that is really tasty. If you are in Fukuoka, this is in Ohori Park. It's near a couple of the, there's a couple of main entrances, and this is the park shop. It's a small little cafe. It's by the rental boats. But yeah, the cinnamon roll, highly recommend. That was very tasty. I haven't had a cinnamon roll in a long time, and this did not taste like a store-bought cinnamon roll. It tasted like someone had actually baked it today. Very sweet, buttery, chewy, moist. Delicious. I think the only thing that could have made it better is if it was a little warm, but this was room temperature, perfectly fine. It sounds like they are closing up for the day, so I'm gonna get going so that I can return their tray, and we'll keep it going with the IKIMASHOW as we look around the park. Yeah, I was just mentioning how convenient the bridge is. It connects the two major ends of the park. You have the boat dock, the restaurant, and the small cafe on this side. You go across the island and you have one of many art museums and museums in Fukuoka. It's a very cultural city. I don't know what they go by, like city council or mayor's office or whatever. They announced that they are trying to turn Fukuoka into the art capital of Japan. And so there's a lot of money and infrastructure and time and energy going into making this place as beautiful and lovely and cultural as possible. One of the reasons I wear these barefoot shoes, in fact, is because I like being in touch with the ground. I like being barefoot as much as possible. And part of it is it's healthier for your joints and everything, walking on actual dirt and soil and rock. According to Google, the park is open 24 hours. That does not include all the shops and things to do. So the museum is already closed. The boat dock closes at 5:30. This is a lovely place to have a picnic. The way Japan works is because nature is so built into the culture and the environment, is that there is a convenience store right outside the park that gives you food. So you can come to the park, get food from the convenience store, go into the park, find a nice place to sit, and boom, you're having a picnic. It's really easy, it's really convenient, and it's one of my favorite things about the country is that it is easy to enjoy the green space. All the time when I go to parks, I'll see the workers and sometimes volunteers, a lot of times volunteers, cleaning up the park, picking up trash or anything. You don't always see a lot of trash in Japanese parks though. When I was traveling in Kyoto, that's where I saw the most garbage just in public spaces. And that was because Kyoto was full of tourists, at least the area I was in. And I watched the tourists throwing trash away onto the ground or just putting it down and then walking away like no one saw them. It's unfortunate. There's not a lot of public trash cans, but these places are too beautiful to make dirty. Oh, is that a turtle? Yep, it was a turtle. There's one right there. In America, do we have stuff like this? Not really. We have national parks, we have forest, we have places you can go hiking and stuff like that. But it's really not integrated into a city like the way it is in Japan. In America, you have to drive an hour, 2 hours into some rural place, and then there's a specific park that you have to park your car. There's a giant lot that they obviously destroyed trees in order to make so that you could park there and go to. They're there and it's pretty. And there are some beautiful parks in America, but it's not integrated. Whereas there's so many people that I see who very clearly just got off from work and are walking somewhere, and this is their view. This is what they get to walk away from work from. In America, you walk away, you leave work, you go walking, you're just in the city street and that's all you've got. You don't get to see this beautiful bird looking for food on your way home. That's not a thing. Or if you do, he's standing in like a sewer grate trying to fish garbage out of the pipes. This is something that I've seen a number of other travel people online talk about of, hey, look at the bench design. You may think it's new and it's fancy and innovative, but actually it's anti-homeless to prevent people from sleeping here. And you know what? Sure, Let's say that it is. Let's say that this cool bench is designed specifically to prevent homeless people from sleeping in the park. What is this then? Huh? What is this? Is this designed to get rid of homeless people? And they don't show that. It makes me angry. There is an actual homeless issue in Japan that you could talk about, but that's just a cool bench. That's all it is. Speaking of cool things, Ohori Park is designed with the intention of you can go around it as a loop, right? There's the bridge, there's the nature bridge across two sides, but you are supposed to walk all the way around. That's how it's supposed to work. But then they decided, hey, if we're gonna design this thing and intend for people to go around it, people are probably gonna want to go around it in different ways. They may want to walk, they may want to ride their bike, or maybe they want to exercise because it's a long loop and it's a set distance so they can get some exercise in. So there are 3 paths designated with multiple signs and paintings on the ground to tell you how far you're going, where you're at, and what path you're supposed to be on. Now, obviously, it's not like everyone follows those rules strictly because we're people, but the fact that it was designed like that makes me so happy as a person who enjoys intellectual design. This is the part I wanted to make sure we got on video, on mic. Just listen. You can see one flapping up there. Every time I've been here, you hear the absolute most ridiculous noises. Something is rustling. Oh, hello. It's a turtle. Right there through the fence. Hello, little guy. Don't worry, we're not gonna do anything to you. These are not ducks, by the way. I don't know what kind of bird they are. You know, we started Ohori Park at a big playground. Look at this, a second playground. There's another park that I know of that has a windmill. You'll see this in a lot of playgrounds because they have sand pits, sand grounds. I forget what these are called. I haven't played in one of these since I was a kid, and it's been so long. Sandbox, there we go, a sandbox, but it's more like a sand pit. But the way the fence is designed, it's supposed to discourage cats from climbing up the fence because, of course, you see a giant pile of sand, the cat sees it and it's like, oh, that's where I can poop. So they don't want kids playing with cat poop. I've seen this at, not every park, but a lot of parks. Yeah, we don't have this in America at all. Like maybe in some one random place that's been gentrified, you'll see this because it's neat and innovative and new. It's got all these bumps and cracks and all these cool things to massage your feet on, activate different pressure points. Here we have another example of anti-homeless benches. No, wrong. This is so you can have a grip and twist and you stretch your back. It's so you can do dips. This is actually what this bench is designed for. That's how Japanese people use it. It's the whole point of that type of bench. The same way that this is not an anti-homeless place to sit. Nope, you're supposed to get on here, grab hold of these things, squat down, and lean back to give your back a stretch. Ah. Whew. It's a great example of how seamless the park and green space is with the city area. There's no gates, there's no fence, there's no giant archway. No, you just, 1 second you're in the park, the next moment you're on the sidewalk of a city street. All right, so we are at Nakatsukasa Magotaro Inari Shrine. It is a Shinto shrine. You'll see torii gates, and it is inside of Nishikoen. This is West Park. Guess where it's located? In the south. I'm joking, it's in the west, of course. So we're gonna go up these big flights of stairs first, and then there's a place with some cool lights off to the right. So in this park, there's actually multiple shrines, it looks like. And so this is the Tachikaeri Tenmangu Shrine. In 1887, this building was built on the site, and still seafarers come here to pray. It means come home safely. I am absolutely covered in sweat. We're in summer in Fukuoka. If you come here, you don't need to bring it with you because there's tons of stuff here. You need sun gear, you need protection from UV, you need ice packs, you need cooling wipes, you need towels. I have none of this with me at the moment, unfortunately, but you will sweat in Fukuoka summer by standing still in the shade. It is that hot. Oh, they're building something up here. I don't know what they're building. It's something for the shrine though. Since this is a Shinto shrine, we're not gonna film inside because that's disrespectful. Oh wow, you get a great view of the expressway. I know that sounds weird to say, but I like city planning. I like architecture. As much as I love talking about nature and everything, I love human ingenuity. You'll see the paper lanterns and bells here, and when the wind blows on the paper just right, it'll just make this very faint ding, 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 ding kind of sound. You get to hear the chimes in the wind. These are all plastic, mass-produced, and easy to get up and down for the festival that's going on right now. Yeah, we sat at this picnic table eating lunch, and we heard bzzz, bzzz, and we were like, oh my goodness, what is that? And we saw it, a hornet the size of my thumb flying around us. And we were like, oh my goodness, it is a Japanese murder hornet. And then we saw it take down a bee. It demonstrated something that I care very deeply about when it comes to displaced animal species and displaced plant species, is we call them invasive, but they didn't invade. They got displaced. And so yeah, in America, the Japanese murder hornet is incredibly destructive to the environment. It's very dangerous to people. It's aggressive, it's hostile. In Japan, I've seen over 20 of them and none of them have even come close to me because they have food. The things they want to eat, the things they're supposed to eat are here. So they just go after that. There's no reason to attack a human. Unfortunately, I am a terrible tour guide. While I've been here a couple of times, I know nothing about this place. It has something to do with foxes. It's obviously a shrine of some kind, but really I just like it because of how pretty it is. Oh, you're rolling? Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm glad you're rolling because the show's over. That's it for this adventure. I'll see you on the next one.